and welcome to our latest White Pot. I'm Stephen Blaine, your host with White Labs, an e-commerce internet marketing agency. Our guest today is Dawn. Hi,
Oh,
Dawn. Feel free to let our viewers know let our a little bit more about you and share your background.
sure. I'm Dawn LaFontaine. My company is Cat in the Box, and I make cats happy. I make products that meet a cat's biological and psychological needs while also meeting their guardian's desire to have attractive, well-made products in their homes.
Awesome. Tell me more about your products.
Well, I started out actually making cardboard boxes. You have a cat. You just shared a very a cute view of your cat there on the couch.
Yes.
And I'm not sure if every time you get an Amazon box in the mail, if you open it up and leave it out for your cat.
You every time. Yes.
Well, you may be surprised, or maybe you're not, that there's actually some scientific reasons why cats are so absurdly attracted to cardboard boxes. There are actually three main reasons why. We don't have to go into all the science, but I actually started this business after visiting my mother's cat sitter with her, and I was looking at her, beautifully appointed living room, and it was filled with cardboard boxes. And she saw me looking around, and she said, very, sheepishly, "Ugh, they're for the cats." So, I'm a lifelong animal lover. I've had many cats in my life, and already knew that cats love cardboard boxes. But it did get me thinking, why do cat guardians put up with dirty old Amazon shipping boxes in their houses? Why not something that's, designed for cats and, something that's a little bit of a conversation piece, something that you don't mind having out in the living room. So that's where I started. The cat industry is really in the early stages compared to to what products are available for dogs, and so it really got me thinking that we don't have a lot of things that are designed for cats out there. If you go into a pet store, there's a lot of, I'm sure you do, little foam balls and crinkly little things, and but not a whole lot of really beautiful, well-made, cat-centric things out there. So that's kind of where I'm heading with my business.
I would agree with that. I would
Yeah,
agree.
cats are like strangely obsessed with wool. I've recently started designing products with a nonprofit craft guild in Nepal. They're beautiful felt artisans. They actually get a living wage when they make my products. They get health benefits, retirement benefits. They get incentives to keep their daughters in school. And what cats end up with are I actually have a couple here, some really beautiful wool items, and they're
Awesome.
obsessed with them. I actually have. I didn't open this one up yet, but this one's actually an octopus that I literally just came in. So you're among the first people to see it. So cats are just really obsessed with wool. So that's sort of the next thing. I've got a whole bunch of other ideas in mind that I'm looking forward to
Is
developing.
that is his name Ink Floyd? I was looking at earlier,
Oh,
right?
yes,
Is that what it was? Yeah.
yes, yes.
Awesome. So, what makes you different than I mean, there's obviously a lot of cat maker companies out there. What makes you different or
Well,
better? How about better? What makes you better?
there's a couple things. One is, for example, my cardboard boxes are made in the United States. A lot
Okay.
of products, and actually, I think I was really the first company to come up with sort of cardboard boxes. But a lot of cardboard products are made in other countries. That's tough because cats chew and lick cardboard. They're kind of, in addition to loving to climb into cardboard boxes,
Yeah.
they love to gnaw on it. And if your products are being made with digital inks from in a foreign country, you don't know what your cats are licking. My products are imprinted with soy or water-based inks that are, I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say this, but they're FDA approved for contact with human food. There actually are no FDA standards for inks, for cat
Yeah.
use. So I'm very, very conscious about what goes into my products. This is, I don't know if you can see this one here. This
Oh,
is
that's awesome.
my gingerbread house. It actually comes with candy stickers that cat guardians can decorate the gingerbread house with, just like a real gingerbread house. But
That's
those
great.
toner on that and the adhesive on those stickers, you could actually eat the toner with a spoon. Like that's how safe it is. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is really designing with cats in mind. I think a lot of I mean I've mentioned that cat guardians would like attractive, well-made things in their homes. But I don't think that means that they're designed for the cats from the bottom up. So I'm not sure if you also noticed on the gingerbread house, it has tiny little windows. And if you have a cat, they love to stick their paws in tiny little holes. So I design everything from a cat's point of view first. And then, of course, I'm looking to make an attractive product that people are proud to display in their homes.
Some I've even seen, I see the idea, or in the business. I've seen like at the zoo, like tigers will sit in boxes too.
It's true. It's
So
true.
it's
A lot of
crazy.
the behaviors, I actually also write a cat blog, and a lot of the behaviors that our house cats display are things that, the big cats do as well.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. What is your top selling products?
Well, right now, I actually didn't show it to you, but the gingerbread house at Christmas time is my top
Of
selling product.
course, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
Um, but so far all year round, the mice have been just flying out the door. Especially, I've got I didn't actually bring it here, but I have a mouse that has a rainbow colored tail, and those are really popular, especially with the LGBTQ plus community.
hmm
So I'm just really proud to be able to say that those are selling really well.
awesome. Most of our audience is entrepreneur e-commerce brands like yourself. What are some challenges that you faced in the past few years, and how are you able to overcome them?
Well, quite a few challenges actually. And I just got to say, I was a former stay-at-home mom when I started this business. I didn't know what I didn't know, and thank goodness I didn't know, because then I might not have started. But so
Amazing.
everything's a challenge. I mean, every single solitary thing. I didn't know anything about marketing. I didn't know anything about website design. I didn't know anything about bookkeeping. I mean, I didn't know
Yeah.
anything about having products manufactured or packaging done or wholesaling. I mean, and there's still so much to learn. But I had some very very concrete problems right at the beginning. So my first couple products, which I actually still sell, but I sell a giant milk carton. And when I first started selling, there were completely different shipping rates that were available
hmm
to me. And this giant milk carton came assembled, and people love that. They love that they don't have to put something together.
Yeah.
Um, and that was great when the shipping rates, supported that. But within a year, there was a change at the USPS, and the rate that I was using was no longer available to me, and it became too costly to ship a big item like that. So it actually took me a year to design products that could ship more compactly and were still really easy to assemble. So that was one of the big challenges.
Awesome. What is your future plan with Cat in the Box?
Well, my future plans are to keep designing products that are cat-centric. So I have a lot of ideas, some things that I absolutely see are, holes in the market. And you probably think, when you're with your cat, you're like, oh, I wish they made such and such. Well, I feel that same way. I feel
hmm
that I'll go, I should make this. I should make this. I should make this. And so I have a
Yeah.
lot of ideas in the pipeline that I'm really, really looking forward to developing.
Do you are you in stores, or are you only e-commerce?
No, I'm actually I do sell wholesale to pet boutiques actually around the world. So if you were in Europe, in certain boutiques, you would find my products there.
You said certain. So you said certain pet stores, or did
Pet
you?
boutiques. So I don't currently sell to PetSmart, but I
Gotcha.
sell
Okay.
to the private pet boutiques where their customers are really interested in finding things that are unique, special, and so those are my customers.
Awesome. What are some activities that you're doing to promote to promote the brand?
Well, the number one thing that I do is actually my cat in the box. Um, so there's a lot of misinformation out there about cat behavior and what their needs are, and I started the blog as a way to educate my customers about the pets that they share their homes with. And what I realized too is that's a great way to drive people to my website. So people get to know me that way. I have my own voice when I write. There's no AI involved in my
That was my next question. All right,
no,
good.
not one word of AI, because I have a background as a writer, and
Awesome.
it's really, really important for me in my own way to explain cat behavior to other cat guardians so that they understand what their cats are doing, and people really just make assumptions about what their cat behavior means that it's completely wrong. And also, an AI only comes from, it can only use what's out there in the internet. It doesn't do what I do, which is dig into the scientific studies about cats. And so quite often, if I'm writing a blog post about, what our cat's really afraid of cucumbers, I come up with a completely different answer than the other 700 cat blogs that are out there. So, by the
No,
way,
it's
they're
great. I mean,
not
I
afraid.
was looking at it today. I mean, it's a lot of questions that you would just think of as a cat owner, right? And
Right,
just randomly come
right.
up. Like,
So, kind of, I mean, I'm not saying there wasn't some design in this, but, basically that wasn't the reason that I started the cat blog. I started it to educate people, but it does drive people to my website, and eventually many of them become customers.
that's awesome. I randomly, my cat decided after 8 years, he decided he doesn't like his food anymore. Same food I've been giving him for 8 years. And I thought he
Interesting.
was sick, but he really is just tired of his food. We got him new food, and he eats it all, all
But
again.
cats actually, that's an unusual experience because cats tend to like things to stay the same. And quite
I was
often,
shocked. He
so,
all of a sudden just stopped eating it. I've never even. It's
and
just
that's extremely, and not only is that part unusual, but taking to a new food right away is unusual.
right away. Right, like he was obsessed with it too. He has an automatic feeder, and like he was just sits,
Wait,
but just sitting, waiting for it. I'm like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
never,
his watch on his little iPhone, little iWatch, and
yeah, exactly. So
yeah. So most people think, oh, you give a new food to a cat, oh, he doesn't like it. But cats are just suspicious of new things typically,
hmm
and that's a survival tactic. And so they're not. It's not that they don't like the new food. It's typically that they
I
they
think
just
it's because he tries to eat my dog's food. I think he likes the dog's food. And I think he's like, I think this food's better than my food. I'm gonna go on strike. That was what I thought.
yeah.
And hey, maybe he got his way.
It
So
is dog food doesn't have enough protein for cats.
yeah, I don't let him eat it because then he eats it and then he throws up. So yeah, I'm trying to
Well,
stay
that's
away
true.
from that. But it was great hearing about your brand. Is there anything else that I have missed that you want people to know about Cat in the Box and yourself?
I want them to know that I'm a real person behind this business, and if anybody, has any questions, I answer everything personally. I answer the phone, except today, and
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's
um,
okay. It's great.
I answer all my emails. I mean, people send me questions all the time about their cats. Why is my cat doing this? Why is my cat doing that? And I love to talk to other cat people. So feel free to reach out about the business or about cats.
Don, thank you so much for coming on.